Hey, second graders, I hope you're having a great day. Let's review what we've been working on this week in writing. Remember, we're writing an informative text, we're introducing a topic, we're using facts to add detail, and we're giving a conclusion to our story. So on Monday, we planned our story out with a circle map. We gave our story a title, Life Cycle of a Chicken, and we came up with 3 facts that we were going to include in our story. We were going to include that during the life cycle, the chicken is going to start out as an egg. Then it develops once it hatches into a chick. And then after a few months, it becomes an adult chicken. Then yesterday, on Tuesday, we completed our flow map that gave lots more detail about our story. It has our title at the top, our lead sentence, our transition words, our facts from our circle map, our details that tell more about each fact. So this detail tells more about this fact, this detail tells more about this fact, and this detail tells more about the first fact. And then our conclusion or ending sentence that wraps our story up. So today we're ready for story form. So story form is just a fancy way of saying it's going to look like a real story. But before we can just write a real story, we do all this planning ahead of time to help us. Now we have the story completely ready to write like a story. So here is our story form. We have our title at the top, Life Cycle of a Chicken, and of course we have capitalized those important words in our title. Now let me go back right here for just a minute to that flow map and let me show you what I copied first. First, I copied my lead sentence. A chicken goes through 3 stages in its life cycle. I have my first paragraph here. I have indented it. And there is the sentence that I just read you with an uppercase letter and a period. And I tried to write in my neatest handwriting, and I know you're doing that also at home when you're working on your stories. Okay, now let's look at where I'm going to go next. Let me go back to the flow map for just a minute. I'm going to tell this first transition word. I'm going to tell this first fact, and then I'm going to tell this first detail. Now remember, first is a part of that sentence, and then this is the second sentence. Okay, so I need 2 more sentences about the chicken beginning its life as an egg. So here are those sentences. First, a hen lays an egg. Inside the egg, the chick gets food from the yellow yolk and clear liquid that we call the white of the egg. Notice both of those sentences have an uppercase and a period at the end, and then after that period, a capital letter or uppercase letter, and then a period at the end. Okay, let's go back to that flow map. Okay, I've completed so far my title, my lead sentence, this transition word, this first fact, and this first detail. I'm ready for my second transition word, my second fact, and my second detail. So now I'm going to tell all of this. Okay, here it is. Notice I started that sentence with a capital letter, second, comma. After growing for about 3 weeks, the young chick is ready to hatch. At the end of that sentence, I have a period. My next sentence needs to start with a capital. The chick uses its egg tooth to crack a hole in the shell and uses its body to push the shell apart. At the end of that sentence, I have my period. Okay, let's go back to the flow map and see what I did next. Okay, I'm ready for my third transition word, my third fact, and my third detail. Okay, so here it is. Third, starting with a capital letter or an uppercase letter, comma, chicks grow into adults in just a few months. After that sentence, we have the period, and then next we have the capital letter. Glossy feathers grow in place of the soft, fluffy feathers. And after that fact, I have a period. And then let's look at what I need to do now. All that's left is my ending or my conclusion. And so this was my first paragraph, my lead sentence. All of these facts and details are part of my second paragraph. And now I'm ready for my third paragraph. My third paragraph is going to have my conclusion. And so here's my third paragraph. You can tell from looking at it is indented, just like our first paragraph was indented and our second paragraph was indented. Here's our third paragraph. It starts with a capital letter. The story of how an egg grows into an adult chicken is called a life cycle. And at the end of that sentence, we have a period. And so simply from doing the circle map and the flow map, all of those things were so helpful in doing our story form. Thanks for being great listeners.